Hello everyone, my name is Bangboomme and welcome back to another episode of HodgePodge Season 2. And I have absolutely no idea which episode this is, so I'm gonna guess and I'm gonna say this is episode 34, I think. And we're starting things off here outside of Funbo's base, where we can see he got rid of all of our lovely palm trees. But thankfully, he left the leaves there, so we can still be held in remembrance of what beautifulness his beach should look like if he actually made it a soft slope and put palm trees and stuff down. Anyway, that is not what we're doing here. We're here because I've gotten pranked, apparently, by Blaze and Olehma, which, well, was to be expected after we pranked their sugar box worth of ink that we gave them. And yeah, we're here because I didn't want to go through my portal. I wanted to fly over and take it in from the air because apparently you can see it from outside and stuff. Let the chunks load. Come on. Oh. Did we land on the TIE fighter maybe? No. For life and a bow. This is a lot of wool, also. It'll be very handy for mob proofing. Hope you enjoy your gift, please. Only glass. Remember, infinity. Infinity is the worst enchantment you can get in Minecraft. I don't know what they are talking about, but always go mending. Always. I don't know if I can use this black wool now. Might have to burn it all as well. Stupid. Oh my. Oh my days. Infinity is the worst. The worst. Oh my days. Where does this go? Oh my days. Thank goodness. If they had touched the room of peace and relaxation where the bees are, then there would have been fury and what is this? Oh my days. I wonder if this was Funbo coming in here with all of the jungle, maybe? Although there's no bark, there's no log blocks here. So he didn't bring all that, I don't know. I guess we got a bit of cleaning to do. So they used a lot of leather on this. Every single one of these item frames. Well, just for that, you're not getting a room today. So, actually, I'll leave this one here. Only to go onto my memorial wall thing. If it wasn't for that, that would be destructificated. After all of that toxic infinity hazardness material that I've been around, I obviously have to cleanse myself. That feels a lot better. I feel so much more clean now. Alright, now that we've got all that infinity stuff cleaned up and we've taken a good cleansing bath, nasty infinity people, we can sleep and we can get to work on what I was actually planning to get done this episode. So, well, originally it was going to be building a small chicken room, but since he apparently is a infinity freak, he can wait to get his room. He can wait for quite a long while, as far as I'm concerned, to get a room, because disgusting. What I was going to do, let me put that away, was this. At the beginning of the season, we went and we got those bees, and well, I said I was going to build a farm with them and stuff, and I never got around to doing it. And yeah, I've been meaning to do something with them for a while now. So I think it's about time. These are 4 bee nests that Blaze and Olehma have given me, or that I've bought for honey from them. So I think it's about time we actually get to work on making some kind of proper honeycomb farm. So let me go up top, mark out a spot, and patch up the hole I made when I was getting rid of all those infinity disgustingnesses. So yeah, let me go find a spot to build this in, and then we will get to work. And here we go. I think this is the area where I'm going to put the honey farm in, or honeycomb, or whatever farm in. And if you're wondering what this resource pack I have on, it's a chunk borders texture pack. So it shows me that this right here is a chunk border, goes all the way along that way, goes all the way along this way, and so on and so forth. So it's really handy for building stuff. Like if you want to make sure redstone isn't going over chunk borders, you could have this on and see that, right here the redstone would be going through this chunk border right here and stuff. So yeah, it's a very handy thing to have on. It really helps with measuring chunks out, which sometimes you do wrong if you don't have something like this. We're not going to talk about the one iron farm platform area that's completely one block off everywhere. But yeah, so if you want this pack, if I remember, there will be a link in the description. If not, literally just go to Google, search in MCPE chunk borders texture pack. It's right there. The reason we're chunk aligning this is because of this really annoying bug in Bedrock Edition, where if you have mobs over a chunk border and they get unloaded, so like this sheep right here, if I logged out right that second when that sheep was right there and I logged back in, it wouldn't be there, because the game would think, well, is he in this chunk or is he in that chunk? And so the game would think that the sheep was being loaded in this chunk, and at the same time this chunk would think that the game was loading it in this chunk, and it wouldn't load it at all. It'd basically be deleted. If a player logs out standing over the chunk border, then you lose everything. You'll end up respawning. Very, very nasty bug. And, well, I've lost a lot of bees to this. There's a chunk border running right through here. And there's been a lot of times where I've come down here and there's like 2 bees left. I used to have like 20. There's 2 bees left. And I think it's because they'll show up, they'll be flying around, buzz, 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 and then I'll unload the area, I'll log off, I'll fly away, I'll do whatever, and some of them will be over this line, and they get deleted. So that's why we're making sure that this place is chunk border aligned, so we don't lose any of our bees and it continues functioning. So now we need to decide how to build this farm. And for that one, I think we might head over to the old creative test world because, well, I know a little bit thing about how bees work, but I'm not willing to just risk winging it and completely getting nothing because I built something wrong. So let's hop over to our creative test world. Alright, so this is basically what I want to have right here. We're gonna have beehives or nests or whatever back here. Each one will have one bee in it because I don't know. We'll test with multiple bees later, but I don't know if multiple bees can pollinate on one flower at the same time, so we might have to do some fiddling around with that. But basically, there's one bee per nest. Every day they wake up, pop out here, get pollinated, pop back in, and then they should never be able to pop out back because there'll be like, we'll basically block the entire thing off. So there's no way they can get out except in front, and then they'll just pop out, do their business, pop back in. Now the question is how do we do the redstone? Bee nest and beehives will output a signal strength depending on how full they are, in case you didn't know this. Each time the bee successfully leaves the nest after getting pollinated, going back in and making honey or whatever, it fills up 1 bit. When it reaches a level of 5, so when it leaves this first time, it'll power up to there but not to here. When it enters and leaves and enters and leaves, whatever, 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's when it's done. It's got full capacity. There's no more. So right there, this bee just left, that bee just left, that bee just left, that bee left, that bee left. You see, so it'll come back, and when it goes back, and then when it leaves again, it'll fill up another strength, and so on and so forth. When it reaches 5, the nest will be full. It'll have honey or honeycomb ready to be harvested. So we need a way to count to 5 without connecting these up, if I'm thinking correctly. And then we need a way to bring the signal back to here. And because I am the smartest redstoner there is, this is going to be fun. Okay, so I think I've got a working design now. And yes, I know Silent and too many other people probably have honeycomb and honey farm designs, but I want to do it myself because it's fun doing it by myself. So I think I've got a working design. I am the type of person that absolutely cannot give up on a not finished project. So yeah, we're back here, and I think I have a actual functioning system. We're just going really simple, just really simple. The redstone down here, I'll show you over here actually, it's easier to see. Redstone comparator picks up the signal from the hive, sends the signal down across, soft powers that block when it reaches, or hard powers that block when it reaches 5, and this block soft powers the dispenser, which activates the thingy, and yeah, pretty simple. The only thing I'm not sure about is the item collection. So from what I've seen is most of the items, if you have it set up like this where it's just like all surrounded by a solid block, most of the items will land here. So we could just run a minecart, a hopper minecart underneath there. It'd run along, pick up all the items, run back, and drop them off and stuff. Sometimes some of the items end up top here, and I've never really seen them end up anywhere else, so I'm hoping that they'll just land there. No idea. It's Bedrock Edition. They can do whatever they want, right? So, yeah, I think I have a fairly functioning system. The thing I just realized is I don't actually have an easy way to access the dispensers now. Where would they even be? Here? Yes, here. So I'd need to do something to where I can easily get into each one of those dispensers to fill them up with shears and whatnot. But it's going to take a lot more work to try and figure out how to get honey bottles. But anyway, to build this thing, I'm going to need lots of honeycomb for the hives and stuff, obviously. So I think I'm going to hop back onto HodgePodge, set up one layer side thing of it, and just start producing me some honeycomb, because that's what I'm going to need to build the rest of these. And also, I've tested, I think all of these hives have 2 bees in them. It seems to work perfectly fine. I don't seem to be having any problems. So I guess I'm going to need to try and somehow fill up all those hives and try and figure out how many bees are in every hive and stuff. That's going to be a pain in and of itself. And then I'll get to work on building one slice to get some honeycomb so I can build the rest of it. Okay, this project is going on hold till 116, like most of my projects right now, for several reasons. One, bees pathfinding is very much broken right now. They can't pathfind through slabs, they can't pathfind around glass scenes half the time, they can't pathfind around a lot of stuff, really affecting things. I was trying to, those of you who watch, how do you pronounce his name, X for Hermitcraft, there's like 50 billion ways to pronounce his name from all the other hermits, so yeah, I'm just gonna call him X. He set up a very basic little breeder design thing. So basically you have beehives, adult bees, and then a wall of slabs here. Baby bees can fit through here, go to the roses, and then they'll go into these nests here. Simple. Bedrock Edition, baby bees can't pathfind through half slabs. So completely ruins that. I was trying to use that, didn't work. And yeah, for the life of me, I can't tell whether I have 2 or 3 or 50 bees in a nest and stuff. It just seems completely random which nest the bees decide to go to. And it seems that the bees don't want to go into any new nests, it feels like. They only want to go to the one they were first in, so they'll just hang out all night long unless they can get into that one. And sometimes baby bees would rather pollinate or get pollinated instead of going to sleep at night. Yeah, it's just a huge mess, but I'm pretty sure from one of Silence beta videos, he showed bees don't get stuck on glass, they don't get stuck on bamboo and stuff, they don't get stuck on slabs, I'm pretty sure. So I'm happy with this as it is. I mean, it is producing a bit here and there. Some of it does get stuck up to the top, but it is producing a decent amount of honeycomb. When 116 comes, I think I'll make a second attempt at this. If I might try it before. I might just not give up, because I am remarkably stubborn at not giving up on projects. So yeah, I might make a second attempt at this before 116. But when 116 comes, this will definitely be one of the projects I'm going to try to do again. Because having a good supply of honey and a good supply of honeycomb would just be nice, if for no real reason. Like, I don't know. I mean, we could use it as a floor in here. But anyway, this thing is producing a bit of honeycomb right now, and by the time 116 comes, if people are around in the area and stuff until the shears break, then it should slowly give us a bit of honeycomb, so when 116 comes we can make tons of nests or hives or whatever, and then make a second attempt at this. But for now, maybe work on the building. The only thing that this build does is really show how bad I am at building roofs and ceilings and stuff. Yeah, it's not exactly amazing, to say the least. I tried to go for a like spire-ish, and then, well, I didn't want it being taller than the mountain, which it was quite on its way to if I continued with this pattern. So I kind of cut it off short and stuff, and I'm not really a big fan of it, especially from this angle, because the only thing I can see is 2 eyes and a mouth and some kind of antenna. Yeah, now you guys can't unsee it. But yeah, it's done. It's taken me quite a while. I won't mention the 3 creepers that came inside and blew up right here every time. Blew up beehives, some of them did, blew up the ground, blew up the railroad tracks, blew up everything. As you can see, I've changed up the design of this a bit, so all the honeycomb that bubbles up through to the top, that gets collected and then for some reason decides to swim up through the blocks all the way up there, yeah, that all gets collected now, because I was losing quite a bit from that. So that all gets collected, drops down there, the micro can pick it up. And then because of this, I had to raise this all up by a couple of blocks. So we had to raise the ceiling a bit, but other than that, it should fit. And yeah, now once 116 comes, I'll work on getting the honey stuff in. But I mean, we could go and start selling this stuff. So yeah, we could go into start selling at least the honeycomb, and then have room to expand. I need to sleep. I'm not really sure what to do with the inside, so it's just going to stay like that for now until I get to work on actually finishing the project. But obviously, what we need to do is connect it up to the crystal. As you can see, I've already got the spire up there already, so now we just need to run the glass spire up and make this thing not spawnable. And we need to really work on mob proofing around here, because 3 creepers really getting on my nerves, especially because I've already been fed up with this bee project quite a bit, dealing with those bees. And creepers just do not make anyone any happier. A wee bit of glass later, and our beacon beam has now changed to magenta, I think. Ooh, perfect landing. Yes, magenta. And I don't like that. So we're gonna have to move this beacon at some point. We've gotten a lot of honeycomb stuff. A lot. So it looks like this place is actually going to do quite well for us. What I want to see... The shears are holding pretty well. Not quite halfway down. So it looks like... I mean, I will need to refill them at some point, but it looks like we're doing quite well here for now. So, yes, I'm quite happy with how this turned out in the end. I think that's just about where I'm going to wrap up this episode. So let me get to some kind of nice vantage point, maybe. Or I'll just stand in the doorway, that works. But, like I said, this is going to be the end of this episode, so I would just like to say thank you ever so much for watching this video. It really does mean a lot to me, especially when I have problems like I've had with these bees and stuff. But anyway, if you enjoyed, please do leave a like, comment on what you enjoyed, or I missed the carpet up there. Good to know. Comment, you know, if you want to and stuff. If you enjoyed something particular or whatnot, you know, comment away. I like comments. And subscribe if you want to catch all my future videos. And I will see all of you in the next episode. Goodbye. Need to get back at Blaze and Olehma. How dare they infinity-fy my base. Ugh, disgusting.